Hey cool kids, let's talk about Gnosticism within the church. But first, I have to go make some salad. While you watch me make salad, I suppose there's enough time for me to tell you where this question comes from. On Sunday, the reader mentioned that we need to remember that our focus is not on this world, but rather on the world to come, which is, or rather, heaven. The church I used to go to had an unhealthy obsession with the end times and with revelation and prophecy. They would invite guest speakers, and pretty much every semester there was at least one Sunday school class which was doing either Revelation or Daniel. And yet this church didn't even have an evangelism program. They were, to some extent, so heavenly minded that they were no earthly good. My dad is really interested in church history and reads a lot of books about church history. One book that he got for Christmas was called The Scandal of the Evangelical Mind, essentially talking about how really there isn't an evangelical mind, or evangelicalism isn't an extraordinarily intellectual religion. And by religion I mean denomination. I of course think it's still Christianity.
Oh, we shouldn't probably be talking, should we?
No, it's fine. There's not going to be audio in this part.
There's not really what?
Audio.
So honestly, I don't know why you guys thought this would discourage me from missing videos in the future. Because I love cucumber salad. Anyway, my question is, to what extent should we focus on the here and now, and to what extent should we focus on the future, or heaven? In some ways, for the individual at least, or what goes on Earth is kind of unimportant, except for one thing, which is what that individual answers to the question Christ asks of who do you say I am? On the other hand, I kind of think of heaven as being a static place. Not that nothing's happening there, but everything's set. Nothing can be changed, I think. I don't know, because I don't think about heaven very much. In heaven, the redemptive act has occurred to completion, or is occurring without any change in how it occurs. In other words, you're either there or you're not, and that's not going to change. Unless purgatory is for real, which, I don't know, it could be. When I was in Canada at Liberty Fellowship, I learned a lot about being present within a community, and being fully a part of that community, and fully a part of the place that you are. And I guess what I'm wondering now is whether or not being present also means being fully present in the time in which you are, and not just in the place. There's a temptation for me to say that there should be a balance between the two, but honestly, I'm not so sure there should be. God led the Israelites around the desert for centuries without any promise of heaven, any promise of an afterlife, any promise of anything beyond the existence they were presently in. Redemption takes place here on earth. But it comes to completion only in heaven. I think, as Christians, our focus should be on that redemption, and on accomplishing what redemption we can while living. And that, to me, seems to require more of a holistic view, one that views the present act of redemption in terms of its future completion, but not to the extent that it focuses on completed redemption to the detriment of progressing redemption. Or rather, not being so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good. That's it, guys. I had a whole cucumber. And I'm feeling pretty good. Later.